Hello everybody and welcome back to another Foundation Friday. You guys are probably thinking, why is my hair done and why does it look strange? Well, for one, this is actually a pinup hairstyle. I figured since, we're heading a little bit closer to Valentine's Day, I would do some Valentine's Day looks and do them with some pinup hairstyles, which I think are pretty romantic in a way. Today for Foundation Friday, we are going to be talking about the Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundations in the Dewy range. So I've got 3 shades here and I've checked, none of the bottles are broken. This is actually the part 2 that I was talking about from last week's video. I really don't know what kind of outfit I'm gonna wear with this look, but it's definitely gonna be Valentine's Day inspired. And yeah, I'm pretty excited about this. We definitely have a lot to try out and definitely want to use some new products for you guys. The shades that I have, got them in 3 shades. You can definitely tell one is a little bit more on the neutral side. I couldn't find the shades that I needed in the store, so I ended up having to order them, and the only place that had them was Target. So and it had 2-day shipping, so I got my foundation really quick. So let's see, I have Desert Beige, I've got Brawn Beige, and I have Golden Beige, which was the one that worked for me last time. And we're gonna start out with Golden Beige. Thanks! So that one already looks light. I was afraid that the Dewy range would be a little bit different on my skin. So, and now it's going with the Brawn Beige. I really hope I got the right colors for this. They both look very similar. I'm gonna let that set. Maybe it'll darken a little bit. And now let's go in with the Desert Beige, which is darker. I'm hoping that one is closer to my shade. Surprisingly, the darkest shade looks like it's closest to my skin tone, which is good. Yeah, so I think we're gonna go in with that one for sure. The other shades are a little bit lighter if I need to. I can actually mix a little bit of the Bronze Beige into the Desert Beige. Yeah, because that one looks a little bit more on the pinker side. Let's talk about the smell, because as soon as I started swatching on my face, I could smell it, and it smelled very familiar, just like the other foundation. It smells stronger than the matte foundation for some reason. I feel like it's got a little bit of a scent to it, but you can definitely still smell like that chemical, like paint smell to it. So let me wipe off my face. So I also got the Wet n Wild Hydrating Primer. We're gonna use this on the left side of my face, and then the right side we're gonna go without. We're also gonna be using 2 different types of tools. I'm gonna use a brush and a sponge. I think on the prime side, I'm gonna use a sponge just because I know sponge always gives you better coverage. And then we're gonna do the brush on the no prime side. I like that, it's a dropper too. Oh, it smells really good. Wow. It has like a watermelon or kind of like a rosy smell, kind of both actually. You can definitely smell the watermelon, but it has like it's scented for sure. So if that bothers you, or it might make you break out, kind of like what the Glow recipe did for my skin, I found out that that's the reason why my skin was breaking out so bad. It's because of the fact that it was scented. Maybe you could probably use a different hydrating primer. I know with this, I would probably have to use a moisturizer for sure, which is probably what I'm about to do right now. Like I said, we're only doing on one side. It smells so good. Oh, almost dripped my nose. It smells really good. It's not lightly scented, I wouldn't say. It's definitely got a, very punctual scent to it. let that dry into the skin. It's definitely liquidy. It's not thick or gel-like. It's very hydrating, very water-like, and it absorbs. It actually absorbs right away into the skin. Little drink break before we start. I love these drinks so much. This is that Alani new energy drink. Ooh, excuse me. I have mine in the flavor Arctic White. I've tried some of the other flavors. I didn't like Stardust or Sour Peach Rings. I like this one, the Mimosa, and the Hawaiian Shaved Ice. They're definitely my favorite. Since, like, you know, GNC is like partnered with them, they have them here on post. You can either get them at the GNC at the PX, or you can actually get them inside of the PX also. But the one in the GNC is refrigerated. The one thing I don't like is that they're so expensive. I really wish they weren't so freaking expensive. So let's go ahead and put this all over the face. Kind of really, I feel like since this is a dewy formula, it definitely feels different than the other foundation, the matte foundation. It's more liquidy. I felt like the other one was a little bit thicker since it was like a matte formula. Let's add a little bit of the bronze just to even out the shade. I don't want to put too much though. Okay, I think that's enough. So now with my foundation brush, this is actually a brush I got from Tarte a long time ago. Only used it one time. We're going to start on the non-prime side and just going to blend this out. It's the closest one to my shade, my face, but on camera, the camera lies. Let's just put that out right now. The camera will lie to you. I'm using my regular phone camera to record this, so there's no filter or anything like that. But like in person, when I'm looking at myself in the mirror, it looks different. Definitely very different. So well, let me finish blending and then I'll let you know if there's like any streaking. I feel like if you pat it with your brush, it's actually better than, you know, like just swiping it. It is a little bit harder to get under the eyes with a brush, but that's okay. It doesn't look patchy. Obviously my skin is textured, so that'll always be a factor. I don't see any kind of streaking. Like I said, I think it's better to pat instead of like swipe everywhere, and I'm using a smaller foundation brush, so that's also another thing. It helps you, you know, really get into places better. The coverage looks really good, actually. See, on this side, you can definitely still see a lot, and then on this side, it looks very medium to full coverage. It's definitely, you probably really don't need to build it up too much if you want full coverage because it already looks really nice. Let's zoom in a little bit. Yeah. Definitely looks full coverage. I like that. Very nice. Okay, now let's go in on the other side with the sponge. Well, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I feel like it's better with the brush. It looks more sheer. It took away some of the coverage with the sponge, I guess, and it's a damp sponge too, so I'm like, I think it maybe because it absorbs some of the product. So, you know, it's not like a primer issue. It's definitely what kind of tools you use. Yeah, it looks, you can see a little bit more on this side. You can't really tell on the camera, but you can definitely see a little bit more on this side for sure than you can see on this side. So I'm gonna go in with another layer with the brush on both sides. Okay, so when I do my concealer, I'm still going to use the sponge because this is not skinny enough. I don't have a concealer brush. At least I don't think so. I might have one upstairs, but I'm already filming, so I really don't want to go grab it. But the difference between the no prime side and the prime side, there really isn't much of a difference. It looks really good. And I know that there are some people out there that don't use primer. And since, you know, we are using a drugstore product, using primer is really, you know, your choice. I like this foundation, surprisingly. It's really, really nice. I've never been one into like buying drugstore foundations that much, but I also don't have a lot of high-end foundations because that's just something I started doing like last year mostly. Yeah, last year and the year before, that's when I started buying more high-end foundations. But I'm definitely really liking everything that I've tried out so far in my videos with you guys. Okay, so for concealer, since this is a dewy foundation, we're gonna go in with the ColourPop Pretty Fresh concealer. I have mine in the shade medium, which is 100W. The W means warm. So I think this is gonna be a pretty full coverage look, to be honest, because the foundation was definitely medium to full coverage. It's definitely buildable if you wanted it like that, and since we did apply a little bit more, it really is covered up. And this concealer, I really like this concealer because it's also full coverage. Since this is just a Foundation Friday video, we're only going to be talking about the foundation in this video. I'm going to film the Valentine's Day eyeshadow look in another video, and you guys already know I'll be posting that in my IGTV on Instagram, and I might actually share it on my Facebook this time just because it's for Valentine's Day, and who knows, if I do some other Valentine's Day videos this week, maybe I might upload it to YouTube, but it's a lot of work. It really is a lot of work for me because I'm doing this all from my phone and I edit everything from my phone, so it's nothing professional or anything like that. I'm still setting up my room upstairs, and so that's why I'm still, you know, I'm still doing this. Alright. Now that we're done with that, we're going to set the face with the Wet n Wild Photo Focus setting powder in the shade Banana. Since we are going in with a more like full glam look, I am going to bake today, so be baking today. Alright. Probably not going to show you all the other stuff that I did, but let's brush all this off. Let's see how it looks. I feel a little cluttered. Today's Tuesday. I normally film everything on a Monday, but yesterday I just really wasn't feeling like it, and you know, I just wasn't really in a good mindset. And you know, today I've got a little bit of time, and so I decided I was going to film today. I feel a little bit better. So yeah, really don't want to go into too much detail with everything that's been going on. So so let's see, everything's brushed off. My nose itches. It looks really good. It looks really full coverage. My chest is a little white. It's not tanning time yet. It looks really, really nice. Oh wow. Oh yeah, it really, really looks nice. I would say that I like the Dewy foundation more than I like the matte foundation. Yeah, I definitely really do. I feel like it has better coverage. It's definitely more, it's, how do I explain it? It's definitely very buildable, but you don't need so much to build up with it. And it's not patchy, it's not flaky. You know, as you're working on your face, you're not pulling up any product. I felt like I got that a little bit more with the matte foundation. I didn't hate it, I still liked it. My nose is so itchy right now, I'm sorry. It's so itchy. Should like not do this on camera. I'm just like rubbing my nostril because I don't want to mess up the makeup. As I did that, it still didn't even mess it up. Yeah. Definitely not patchy. I like this foundation more than I like the other one. The coverage is better. It's more lighter weight. It's more liquidy because it is a dewy formula. And with the primer, it's really good. And without the primer, it's still really good. I would just make sure I keep all of the products that I use on my face more on the dewy side, minus the powder, because they don't have a dewy powder. It's just a regular powder. I didn't use the other concealer because that's more of a matte formula. And I don't think they have a more like natural radiance looking type concealer, but that's okay. So now I am going to do my eyeshadow look. And then I will come back to this video kind of like last weekend. We will go over this last product on the face and then pull our look together. So right now I will be right back. I hope you guys watch this Valentine's Day look because it's about to be cute. And I'm going to be trying some new products that I just got in the mail. So I will see you guys later. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we finally finished our eye look. And here are the results. It was actually a little bit challenging because I've never really worked with like a red color, but it wasn't really red though. It seemed more of like a dark berry kind of color. I accidentally had gotten one of my brushes wet, and when I dipped into putting it on my lid, it turned into more of like a dark purpley berry kind of color, and I was like, oh shit. So I kind of had to like fix that somehow, and I like went over it a few more times with like the reds and like that shimmer, and I actually put some of that chunky glitter on top of it to like fix it up after I did like, you know, like you can tell it's a little bit messed up right here because that wet eyeshadow started to pull off, and I was like, oh my god, that's where I messed up. So I didn't want to like wipe my eyes off. I just kind of like fixed it a little bit as best as I could, tried to blend it all out, and then finally I finished the rest of my eye. And of course more things had to happen that went wrong. My eyelash had a hard time sticking on because these are some old eyelashes. I haven't used these in a long time, and these aren't really my go-to eyelashes, but since this is like a wow, like glam Valentine's Day look, I went with these because they're so dramatic looking. So you see how thick they are? Yeah, that's why I never use them. So now I'm going to, you guys know the routine, spray the face first and then we add the highlighter. So I'm going in with, of course, my Coconut Prime Set Mist. This is in the shade Flash Me. It's new, so we're gonna go in with a blush, and I'm gonna go lightly because this is a darker shade of blush. Yeah, you can definitely tell it's darker, but it's not bad. So let's do this to the other side, and it gives it a little bit of glow as well because it is a blush lighter, but I only dipped into the blush pan. But you can still see that it's got some shimmer to it. It really does glow really nicely. Okay, I don't want to use the highlighter because I actually want to use this bad boy. It's a mini. This is a mini compared to the full size. This is how it looks. So it's a really, really soft pink color. All right, so I've got my little highlighting brush. And we're gonna go in with this. I actually like this kind of formula better than the Super Shock because the Super Shock is like really plushy and it doesn't hold on to my brush really well. If you use it on a wet brush, it will be more vibrant, but if you use it on a dry brush, it's not as vibrant. But if you want to soften it up, just use a beauty blender to like just blend it all out. But I like this because it's more powdery. It's not like squishy, plushy. So let's see. This is a new product. I haven't used this yet. Oh wow. So there you go. Super pretty. It's definitely very soft, and I really like that a lot. Alright, you guys, it's starting to get kind of dark again outside, so we better hurry up and finish this look. My mom called, so I had to talk to her for a little while, so that's why it got kind of dark. So I'm gonna go in with this. I swatched a whole bunch of different colors, and I've come to the conclusion that I'm going to do a Dose of Colors liquid lipsticks, and I'm going to put like a sheer glossy tint over that with just the tint mini crayons that came with my bundle that I got for my Valentine's Day thing. When you mix this with truffle, it looks better. It looks so much better. And it smells so good. That's the one thing I like about these lip crayons. They smell so good. And then I am going to finish my hair, put on the right outfit for this look, and I will be back with the actual finished look. I'm so excited. I can't wait to see this. And here we go. I'm wearing this like chiffon, like pink top. It's very frilly and stuff like that. It's got a cute bow. It's like a button down. And I've got my hair done. It's like loose waves. And of course, you got your pinup look. Thoughts on the foundation. It's amazing. I like the dewy formula better than the matte formula by far, and I really hope you guys enjoy that somewhat difficult but frustrating Valentine's Day look. Give these looks a shot and try out some of these ideas and stuff like that. I promise you guys will love it, and I hope you guys have a great Valentine's Day from your very, very most anti-Valentine's Day YouTuber. This is my look. I hope you guys like it. So I will see you guys next time. I'm gonna go take some pictures. Bye.